am so beautiful. No one can match me. Who the hell are you?
Your worst nightmare, darling.
Great. Another classic Shields. What is that, 8?
It does not matter to me because you are inferior.
Well, bring it, buddy, because I'm not afraid of you. A lot.
When this is over, you will be sold for scrap metal.
You're going down, Raspy.
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Butte Belt Day Review. I am Serge Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, today I received what I could probably call my all-time favorite belt, favorite version from my favorite company. We're talking about a WWF Classic Intercontinental made by Classic Shields. That is a belt that I have been looking for, have been wanting for so long. I have looked far and wide and finally found one at a price that I could get it, and I didn't have to wait 5 years to do it. Let's show it to you now. It is an absolute gorgeous specimen, and I want to share it with all of you. And what we're going to do right after that is we're going to compare it to their arch nemesis, ORM, who I have had the same belt from ORM for a couple of years now, also bought it secondhand, and let me tell you something, it is really, really hard to differentiate to see the differences between each one. But let's start off. Let's show you quickly, guys, because this just got here today by UPS, and I could not be happier. It is an absolute work of art. I have been looking at pictures of this very belt for many years, wanted it so badly, but I just could not afford it, and I did not want to wait as long as it took to order one from them. But wow, has it been worth the wait, because this is probably the most beautiful Intercontinental belt that I have ever seen. It sits perfectly on my shoulder. It is just immaculate. Look at these side plates, how they are curved. The depth of the etching, well, you know, we're gonna go ahead and compare these two so you'll get a much better look at it. But yeah, it is just absolutely gorgeous with a one-piece belt tip. The leather's like butter, guys. I want to cry. I'm so happy. Let's go ahead and go to first-person mode before I start tearing up. And let's compare this with an ORM Intercontinental. Both of these are a couple of years old, so the art and the quality has probably changed many times since then. But we're working on what we have, because I know that ORM is probably 2 or 3 years old, and this one I know is 2 years old. So, are we ready? Let's do it. First person mode, now! All right, everyone, check out the beautiful, beautiful display here. Two amazing belts. There's just something about this Intercontinental that just does it for me. It is just absolutely gorgeous. There's just something about this design itself. That classic Intercontinental look is just so appealing to me. It has such a regal look to it. Look at the depth of the etching on these. Just beautiful, beautiful belt. Now, it isn't perfect. Like I said, it's 2 years old. Somebody had it on display for quite a while. But it is still just gorgeous. Classic Shields always does a great job. There's the old Classic Shields stamp, so it tells you that this is a couple of years old. but there's just something about the shape, the look, that globe, just everything about this belt it just does it for me. It's just amazing. Look at the curve on this. Come on, man. Seriously? Like, wow. Absolutely amazing. All right, so let's show you the back. There you go. That's nice. See, all the screws covered up. One piece belt tip. I don't know what is wrong with my mouth today. I'm just all over the place, but very well done, as usual. You can never go wrong with classic shields. I just wish it didn't take so long and cost so much, right? Because everybody would just go to classic shields. But the quality of the belt you get from them is just unheard of. So let's compare it. All right, and here we go. We got an ORM. You've seen this one before. I have done a comparison with other Intercontinentals before. I got this one from a friend on Facebook a couple of years ago. I was looking for a red logo classic shields, and he had this one, an ORM, and I said, what the hell, I'll go for it, and I was very happy with it. They also do really, really nice work. It is not a one-piece belt tip, but I'm sure you can get one through them. But their leather is just as good. I would have to say probably a little bit better. But there you see Omi's signature. Just absolutely amazing. It doesn't have as deep a curve, as you can tell there, as the classic shields. Big curve. Plates are about the same. Looks like about maybe 4.5, 4.5 maybe. This one looks like it's probably a 4. I could measure, but they're pretty close. Well, let's compare everything else. Let's start with our stars and font. As you can see, ORM does a really nice job. Everything is nice and clean. And same on the classic shields. Just so much more of a shine. And then we got these stars that are very, very well pronounced. You can see the details on them. I've seen some Intercontinentals where you can barely tell it's a star. And you see them, they're not as detailed in the ORM. Right? Not me, right? It's okay. Now let's move to the globe. The globe is absolutely my favorite part of the belt. I love all belts that have a big blue globe in them. And the one from Classic Shields is just, look how it protrudes. Protrudes. I'm telling you, I'm having so much trouble talking today. Maybe it's because I filmed 2 videos in 1 week. Maybe my brain can't handle it. Look at the etching on these letters. Nice and deep. And not as deep in the ORM, but still very nice and clean. But you can just tell there's just a much more of a crisp cut in this Classic Shields. Let's look at our star down here. Okay, now let's compare it. Wow, see much more of a detail in the star itself. And that's the difference when you buy from Classic Shields and when you don't. And it's not bad on the ORM, it's just not as detailed. You don't see those tiny little details that you see on this Classic Shields. Incredible. All right, let's move to the side plates. As you can see,
starting to get him over into looks like a Boston crab maybe. So look at that WWF logo, how it sticks out. It's just amazing. I love how they curve these side plates. Not enough makers do that, and that makes a huge difference. And let's check these out. Still doing his Boston crab. The F protrudes, but not quite as crisp as on the classic shields. You can see details in the wrestlers, trunks, boots. Over here, about the same. You see trunks, not as crisp as I said, but you see the trunks and the boots. Facial expressions are hard to see in this one, but a little bit more clear in this one. Now, these two are starting to grapple. Look at that F, how it protrudes again. This is what I'm talking about. I did a comparison on some Intercontinentals a while back that you can find on my channel. And you'll see that other one I had was from Championship Dreams. And it was just like this classic shields. And that's what I've been looking for all this time. But you can see how the wrestlers are grappling there, but it's really hard to see details on it. And on this one, there's a lot more detail in each wrestler. It's kind of the same, but I think it's a little bit crisper. That's the word of the day, crisper. Well, leather-wise, guys, I gotta say, Classic Shields is good. It's very soft, feels good. It's thick. Edges are beveled. Very nice, clean edges. All right. And ORM, edges are beveled also, but they're not as smooth. But let me tell you something, though. His leather is probably softer. See that? See that? See how it bends more? And as far as the tooling on it, really look at the tooling on this, on the logo plate. Look how clean that is. It got a nice border around it. Fits perfectly around that logo plate. And Classic Shields, not as close. You see it's a gap there. You can't really see the border. It's kind of hugging it pretty close. It's not bad, but it's not as clean as the ORMs. Look at that. Really comes out nicely. Kind of lifts it up there, you know? And this one kind of doesn't. A little bit, but it's a different technique of tooling they did there. Comes out a lot crisper on the ORM, so tooling-wise, look at that. The tooling on the snapbox. Not very deep. Much more pronounced and much deeper. So leather-wise, I'll have to go with ORM on that. But plate-wise, whew, let me tell you, there ain't no comparison. These Classic Shields plates are among the best of any maker you're ever going to find. And I mean, if you want to waste your time and go to one of the big makers that make belts for the real companies, then yeah, you're going to wait 5-10 years and you're probably going to get something pretty close to this quality. So I choose my way. But that's it. That's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I gotta say, I'm gonna give the heads up to the Classic Shields. The plates are amazing. The leather, while not as good as the ORM, is still very good. It's still Classic Shields, and I think they've actually improved on that too since this belt has come out. So a lot changes in the wrestling belt industry, day to day, week to week. So a lot of the quality you see from some of these belts, if you got them secondhand, the quality has probably changed from then to now. But if you get them brand new, well, you're going to get the most updated belt Classic Shields has to offer, just like ORM. So I hope you really enjoyed this. I enjoyed bringing it to you. I'm going to go take a nap with this belt now because it is absolutely gorgeous. Don't judge me. I don't care. Thank you for watching. And like I always say, get the hell out of here. It's time for me to take a nap. Surge Moore, out!
Well, I guess you're the winner today.
I warned you that you did not stand a chance.
Hey, come on now. You didn't win in every category.
Fine, I will concede that your leather is slightly better.
Slightly? That's it? That's all you can give me?
We can talk about this later. Let's go pick on the guy from WWE Shop.
Oh, I'm definitely down for that.
Loser.